my friend.
Hello.
The last time I saw you, we were on stage together.
Oh my gosh, at the Prism Cabaret, is that
Yeah,
correct?
yeah, yeah. Giving
Yes.
away raffle prizes.
And we have yet an opportunity to do that again. Book us, everybody.
So, so Krista, we are what, about 3 weeks out from the Miss Connecticut competition, or is it less than
Just
that?
about. Yeah, no, that it's the final night of crowning is the 27th of this month.
How are you feeling?
It's been a bit of a roller coaster. As somebody who advocates for mental health, I really try to stay self-aware of what's going on with my mental health. And I have been having a lot of actually really high anxiety over the past couple weeks. I likened it to my friends who've gotten married and they're leading up to a wedding and they have this big event. So I had a freak out, I kid you not, Claire, about earrings.
Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah.
what was the problem with the earring? Because I'm imagining that whatever earrings you were freaking out about were beautiful.
They were perfectly fine. They were stunning. I was having these beautiful custom earrings made, and I just like started freaking out because I was waiting for them to come back for the vendor, and they just weren't here yet. And I started tearing through my entire closet. I was like, I need something else. I have to wear, I can't do this. I was like screaming. And I was just like, and I think that it was a bit of catharsis, though, for sure, just to let that off and be like, Krista, you are freaking out about earrings, you know?
There are there are much larger concerns to look at.
I mean, they're pretty large, they're about 4 inches, you know?
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Then go ahead and worry about them. That's fine. You have my full permission.
Thank you so much.
Since you raised the issue of mental health and the recovery community, that's been the backbone of your campaign for Miss Connecticut. And I thought since we're in front of an audience of folks at the film festival, give you a few minutes to talk about that.
It has been so amazing this past year to be able to advocate for something so near and dear to my heart. I was going through my calendar and my journals. The day that Miss Connecticut will be crowned is the day that 3 years ago I was released from inpatient treatment.
Wow.
I know, I know. And to think of
Wow.
the person I was at that time and the person who's going to get to stand on that stage in that 3 years difference, I mean, it's amazing. I count myself so lucky every single day, and I'm blessed to have the opportunities and the privileges that I have been afforded. So I want to make sure that anybody who's following in my footsteps, anybody who's coming in that path after me has the ability to have access to care, to as many forms of care as they will need, because it's a hard journey to go through something like that, and you deserve every single opportunity and, asset that should be provided to you to get better.
So, if you are, I'm going to say if, but we both know it's when.
Oh gosh,
Yeah, I
Claire.
know. Sorry. If you were to be named Miss Connecticut,
Yeah.
what would that year look like in terms of advocating for mental health?
I have already really made great strides with several of our elected officials. A few weeks ago for Mental Health Month, I was invited to the state capitol building and I spoke at a press conference with Governor Ned Lamont, Comptroller Sean Scanlon, and our Attorney General William Tong.
Ooh.
I know, and we were speaking about the positives and the benefits of mental health parity and equity law. So, basically, what this means is that health insurance companies were actually all found in opposition of parity law. And parity law is law that says that you have to treat a mental health condition the same as you treat a physical health condition. So these were laws that our government officials here in Connecticut, they had enforced, but unfortunately, big corporations, I'm not certain that they like to follow the rules. Uh, so that's really been the main focus that our governor, our attorney general, and our comptroller have been focusing on, is making sure that we're holding those insurance companies accountable. And so my work as Miss Connecticut will continue to advocate for mental health parity and equity law right here in Connecticut.
One of the things that you and I have in common, besides dress size, obviously,
Of
uh,
course.
yeah, Thank you for going with me on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But one of the things we have in common is that we're both queer women.
Yes.
So same question, but applied to being queer. If you were named Miss Connecticut, how would that inform your year?
It is not lost on me that if I were to be crowned Miss Connecticut, I would be the first openly queer woman to do so. And it has been the absolute privilege of my life to be a representative of this community. I want to show folks that, we are capable of anything. We belong in any space that we are in, and that there is a community of welcoming people who want you to be supported, who want you to be successful, and just to open the door. At Miss Connecticut, you'll be there. Several of our Prism friends will
Mhm.
be there. I know several members of the Hartford Gay Men's Chorus and other, Connecticut gay places, right? They're all going to be there to support. And it's just, I want to take all of these communities to Miss America with me and just be backed and show that this is what the queer community, this is what we can create.
I already know this, and I have had the incredible pleasure of experiencing it. But for the talent portion, tell folks what you do.
Oh gosh, okay. I have to be a little careful because we're not divulging too much, but
Oh,
I am
okay.
singing. No, no,
Sorry.
no, it's okay, it's okay. So I am singing. I am a singer, and I'm very excited to have this opportunity to perform again in pageantry. What's really interesting is that when I got into recovery, I had to take a step back from singing because I had to focus all my energy on getting better. And I really am glad that I took several years to get better. But this will be, gosh, one of the first opportunities in 3 or 4 years that I've performed in front of an audience at this level, and to be able to get to share that and to get to share that moment. It's not just about me singing on stage, it's about the emotions that I get to share with the audience. And it's that story that we get to tell together.
Yeah. Well, you certainly brought the house down at the Prism Cabaret
Oh,
event, so
thank
I'm
you.
looking forward to that again. You and I could just talk forever,
I know.
and I will recommend to those of you sitting in the audience that Krista joined me on my show Transcat, so go search through the feed and join us for an hour of wonderful conversation. Last words, my friend, are yours. Put a button on this.
I just want to say to anybody who is out watching this now, and I hope that you're enjoying the festival, first of all, but that wherever you are in your journey, wherever you are in your life, whether you're experiencing opposition for being a queer person or you're experiencing troubles for having a mental health condition or a chronic illness, I just want to serve as a reminder that you can do anything that you set your mind to, that all it takes is faith in yourself. You can have a faith in something greater than you if you choose, and the belief that you will get better. And just, I'm going to tell you firsthand that this is far from easy, but I'm proof that it is possible.